what would you advise an end trader who's looking to pay that small fee, that subscription, even though it's a small fee, $100, $200, I've seen some that are even $1,000. It's still money for that end trader, right? How would you advise that in this current unregulated space, the trader protect themselves as best they can? What would you advise on them to look at before they actually pay that subscription? Because, and just to end this, there will be, and I'm not sure, I don't have the names, and if I had the names, I'll state it out here if I was 100% sure who these bad participants are, because there are hundreds of prop firms that are getting created. Week by week, they're just propping up. And I'm not so sure they all have the knowledge and the experience that the Trading Pit has, for example, or like FTMO, right, that are in this to all the Fivers. There are a few that are good. I'm putting names out there because I'm confident to say them, right? But there are hundreds, and some of these are maybe looking to exploit a trader who doesn't know. So
many ideas to answer this question. So many layers. So let's start with just to also give a little bit of insight. I know a little bit about regulation. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but in my experience working in the brokerage industry, I actually was head of compliance in a couple of the firms that I worked. So, I worked directly with regulators in different jurisdictions, and I was responsible for making sure that our companies are following the regulations, to a T, because you don't want to get in trouble, right? So I have a little bit of an insight, or maybe a little bit of understanding of that angle. So if we look at the basics of what is regulation set out to do when we talk about the retail business? And I think that SciSec, in some of their speeches, in some of the events that I attended, they underlined their mission, and which is to protect the retail investor, right? And what does that mean? That means that they need to ensure that there's a level playing field, that the services offered to the retail traders are following a certain standard. The standard is regarding the transparency and the objectivity of the service that they provide, that they are not dressing up the service as something that it is not, that they don't overstate, the ability to make profits or not. Like they have to be very objectively, right, presenting their services to the clients, and making sure that they offer their services to the clients that really understand the risks involved, right? So these are, let's say, this is like the main mission in very short and very succinct way, right? They need to protect the investor. They need to make sure that the investor knows what they're signing up, that there is a lot of transparency in regards to the services, to the costs, to the and possible results. When it comes to prop trading, there is no particular regulation right now, although everybody in every panel that I'm going to at every event, this topic keeps popping up. And of course, everybody says, yes, there will be a time when regulation will come about, and that, it's normal and it's expected and so on. And I believe, like the firms that you mentioned, one of the things that probably sets them apart, besides the fact that they've been for a long time into the space and they have the experience, it's also the experience of the founders. It's very important. They come from a space, from the industry. They know the industry, and implicitly they know the regulations as well that apply to the financial services industry at large. So that's important, because they will do things in the right way for the trader, because they can be doing something wrong, and then the next day the regulation comes, and of course that would affect their business, right? And them and like us as well, we have a long-term view for our business, right? We want to be in the market for the longest term possible. We want to do the right thing for our traders, and our mission is to offer the best value possible to our traders and making sure that they are supported through their trading journey to make sure that they can reach that level when they can say they're professional traders or they can make a living out of it, and they just have a consistent experience in trading. Now, of course, like in any industry, and if in any probably, emerging industry, there will be some bad actors as well. It's human nature. We'll have the good guys and the bad guys, right? So my advice to traders that are watching us today is that they have to spend a little bit of time in researching the company that they will be signing up to. Right. So one of the aspects is look at who's behind the company. Can you find out who's behind the company? Because a lot of the times companies are just a website, opaque, giving some sort of information, some access to buying a challenge. But other than that, you don't know who the humans behind it are, right? Are they coming from the sector? Are they coming from a different sector? Do they have an understanding of the business, of the environment, and so on? Is there a reason for them to be hiding, and not showing who they are, right? So these are some questions that, a trader could be asking themselves and trying to find out about the firm that they are signing up to.
Thank you for watching. If you liked that video and you want to watch the full episode, it's available here. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. It helps the channel.